Hi, welcome to the show. Yeah, that's it. Today we're going to be doing some, pretty cool stuff. Broccoli. Yeah, broccoli will be included in this. Yeah. Right. $6. Yeah, that's pretty good, huh? Taters. Hey, this is going to take an onion too. Okay, I've got a nice big organic onion here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm just going to get into our regular show here. Hopefully, everything will be rolling. I am rebroadcasting at other networks. That reminds me, I have to go start another network over there. Okay. Okay, we're going to do D Live. Okay, let me put this record on pause for a second. Okay, we're back up and running. So today I bought I told you guys I was going to get a discounted Gorgonzola burger, is what I found. 30% off. Yeah, need a light on here. 30% off of this burger. $5.33 was the normal price for the two burgers, and then I got 30% off of that, so about $4. And then the onion and the broccoli are minimal cost. And yeah, the onion's organic. The broccoli is not, but broccoli is a good thing to get just to avoid a lot of. In fact, broccoli has the least amount of Roundup of any vegetable out there. Roundup is something that you don't want on your vegetables. Okay, so today I picked up some organic BrocoBliss potatoes. It was on sale for $2.50 a bag. So I'm going to grab a few of these out of here. And the nice thing about potatoes is you can pretty much leave the skin on these things. Let me get a few of them out there. Make a nice meal of it. Got some small ones too, yeah. Yeah, they put them on sale when they begin to sprout, so, you know. There you go. In fact, I think I'll leave the small ones to sprout. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. You're here for cooking tips? That's nice. That's good. Well, I hope that works out for you, Milrose. Gorgonzola burgers have cheese in them. Gorgonzola cheese. They're made usually at the store. You can buy them. It's a product that they put out with beef that is sitting around for a while. You know, and it looks good to me. We've had them before, and I'm gonna make the meal around that. So let's get started on the pan. Level 3. Right. I'm gonna go ahead and get some. I'll get the pan heated first. I'll wash the broccoli off. It's good to rinse them off with a good stiff spray, just in case. You know, you never know. But I love broccoli, and broccoli is really good for you. Somebody want to type in the chat room so I can read something? Because I can't tell if you guys are talking or not. Yeah, that'd be great. Just like, hi, Dave. Otherwise, I'm kind of like in the dark here. I think it's getting time for that coffee hour. Huh. Okay. All right, since nobody's talking, I'm assuming that nothing's going on in the chat room. I know I'm broadcasting, so Okay, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Great. Hi, Dave. Thank you. Guest 186. Appreciate it, man. Hey, this is just a very simple show. There's not a lot to it. Just me cooking and doing things for YouTube that would be socially appropriate. Whatever that means. Okay, so we're going to start with the onion. Onion. The usual bisection of the onion. I make sure I go through my onions to make sure that, the one that is ready to eat is the one that I cut into. And this was it. It's best to buy onions in advance in about 5-pound containers, 3 to 5 pounds. I sometimes get boiler onions, which are usually very reasonable. Yeah, you can get boiler onions like a 3-pound bag for $1.50 for a savings cost. Yeah, they're not organic, those kind, but this kind is. I shop organic whenever possible, simply because it's the right thing to do. Yeah. A lot of noise. No, you haven't been banned, man. Oh, hey, you're not allowed to communicate with Hog here. Yeah, I'm so sorry. That's a bannable offense. Yeah. All right, there you go. Yeah. We're not taking any communication about other people in other chat rooms. So, in case you're wondering. Okay, I'm going to get that oil on the pan. Pump it up. I use this atomizer. I filled it up with safflower oil. I highly recommend safflower or sunflower oil. Safflower oil has the highest heat temperature needed to before it breaks down. And it also lasts a long time in the cupboard. I'm going to go ahead and chop up the onion. Now in this particular instance, we'll go for nice big slices. Throw it right in the pan. Okay. And yeah, what I like to do is put some rosemary down. I'm going to put some rosemary down. It's a very good herb with potatoes, and especially red bliss potatoes. Just a little bit of shaking going on here. Wow, that's aromatic. I'm going to throw the fan on. Suck that out. That was a quickie. Okay, so these potatoes are super easy to work with. Just cut them in half and set them down on the grill like that. Yeah, I know you like how simple this is. Yeah, and once you get them in there, then you can turn it up to level 6. All right, let's do that. I'm going to throw a little oil on top of them, too. Thank you. All right. Level 6 it is. Now what we're going to try to do is get the crispness going here. I'm actually going to try to caramelize these things. Yeah. Well, once you get the pan hot, then you can throw everything else in on top of it. The broccoli. And today we're using broccoli broccoli florets. But when you start a meal off with broccoli, get those florets separated. Yeah, it needs to be simple, or you have to realize that if things aren't simple, you won't do them. That's true with exercise too. I asked myself, what was my favorite exercise? And I said, well, swimming. So I said, well, why don't I just put in a swim spa? And I did. I contemplated it for about 5 years though. And I looked in the used section of Craigslist. I finally found a guy who had a swim spa that was ideal. It was like, you had that moment when I walked around and I looked at it, it was like, ah, the music was playing. Ah. It was unbelievable. Yeah. And the guy said, well, he wanted $3,000 for it. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $700 now and $2,300 on delivery. And I guess he needed the money. And while he delivered it over to me, and he did deliver it, because I was like on a that $700 could have been gone. He said to me, I hope you know that a lot of people called on that right after you gave me the money. I said, yeah, well, it was a good deal. So I went for it. Well, it was like a lot of people. I said, well, I'm glad you brought it here. And here, I'll give you the rest of the money when we get it all set up. So he was a great guy, did a lot of extra work. And I also got him to build a deck for me, which was nice. He did the basic layout of the deck, and I finished it off. So I have a nice cedar deck around my spa, and I can tell you it's a blissful experience to sit in a full spa and swim. And it's just unbelievable. And I keep that water like mint. It's incredible. The water is artesian water I have. So it really is the best way I could have ever exercised. And it's a full body exercise. So, okay, these are going to go in with the potatoes, all the broccoli, because that broccoli is really good for you. It's a cruciferous vegetable, and it's very good for, there you go. Kind of give everything a wiggle. Oh, I smell that. That's wonderful. What you're doing is crisping up the surface a little bit. There's no extra water in here. Okay, now I'm going to cut more onion. I'm going to put the other half of the onion on that. So the end of the potato has that rosemary taste. The rest of the dish you can go in a different direction. Okay, so remember I haven't put any water on there. I'm just going to put a little water in here to show you how much we're going to use. That's it. Okay. The idea is not to get it to stick. Keep moving them around. There you go. No sticky. All right, you're almost there. You're basically crisping up the outside a little bit. Okay, there we go. Then take the broccoli and throw that right on top. Okay. All right, and you can break them up ahead of time. Just big chunks is all you need, really. You're only serving 2 people, so. Okay, and then take I'm going to put some Italian seasoning on top of this. About a half a teaspoon. Oh well, put the whole teaspoon. Screw it. That was a lot. I want to get rid of the container. Okay. Take your water and pour it right on top. Okay. Give it a shake. Keep it at level 6. Okay, now I'm going to fry the Gorgonzola in this pan right here, and I'm going to put that at level 3. And I'm going to throw a nice big garlic in there with it. So I'm going to pull from my red chestnut garlic here. Okay, yeah, and I think I'm going to make Sarah a little bit of potato too. She likes these sweet potatoes, so I'm going to go with a sweet potato for her in a separate pan. Go ahead and peel it. Always peel away from your hand, keeping your eye on the peeler at all times. Yeah, you don't want to peel your fingers. That's the worst thing that can happen. Those fingers don't come back, you know, I mean, when you peel them off. It'd be tough to have, you know, a cooking show in a leper colony, wouldn't it? That's kind of what the world's becoming in a way. All right, just trying to make a joke here. All right, so take that and there we go. And then just slice them nice and even. I'm going to go with the sweet potatoes on the grill next to the Gorgonzola. And we'll put some oil on that grill too. Whoops. Man, I almost dripped oil on my camera. That was crazy, man. Crazy. That's crazy. Okay, I like to cover them up with, you know, make sure that the bottoms get covered. Put a little oil on them. Get those going right there. Okay, get that pan nice and hot. We'll get the garlic prepped and everything. I'm going to throw some compost in here. Yeah, if you cook the Gorgonzola burgers in the broccoli and the potatoes, what happens is it turns into a mess. It's like a steam central. You're not going to get that crispy taste. In fact, I'll pre-cook these potatoes. I might just move them out of here. Put them in the other dish. That's probably a better place for them. Okay, I'm going to give everything a turn. Nice. That way, making sure nothing sticks. And what you're doing is steam frying. You can add garlic too. I've got some garlic powder here I'm going to put in there. Garlic, parsley, sage, and beautiful. Okay. I'm going to turn, the rear can go on to level 3 now. Both of them can be at level 3. Okay. Get the package open here. Yeah, $4 for 2 burgers. That's a pretty good deal. Pull it off. Meat looks good. Typically, they do this with meat in my grocer just to prep them for sale. Okay, I'm going to squeeze these next to the sweet potatoes. I know there's no room, is there? Okay. Well, I guess the sweet potatoes are going to go in here. So they're just running out of room. So I'm going to make a place in the middle here. Check my water level. I'm going to put those at the bottom of this one. Okay. Beautiful. Everything looks good. Melding well. Okay. I noticed it wasn't a lot of water at the bottom, so I'm going to add a little bit more water. You want to have a little bit of water at the bottom. Just a little. That's good. Okay. That way you don't overcook. These Gorgonzola burgers are going to cook on one side. And you can season them with pepper or garlic powder. Yeah, whatever you want to do. You put a little cumin on there. But I'm going to go with just standard pepper. Add a little bit of garlic powder. All right. We won't put the real garlic in until I flip it. Flip it good. So get some of that nice real garlic in here. Crush it up and mince it. I used to get a kick out of watching Julia Childs with her her cooking show as a kid, and it kind of got me into cooking. There were a couple of good. Graham Kerr was a great cook. He's a natural. He was always fun to watch. Graham Kerr. I think he's still around. He's still alive. And then, of course, the Frugal Gourmet, which we don't talk about him much anymore. No. All right. Not after the allegations. Actually, it was more than an allegation. Okay. Yeah, really. Yeah, we don't talk about that guy anymore. No. No, he lost interest in him. Okay, there it is. Waiting for the big knife to cut it. I got a kick out of how Julia Childs used to mince everything. She would literally mince everything down to a nice tight mince. And garlic is one of those things that when you do put it on something, it does work its magic right there and then. So by mincing it, you're quick cooking it into the burger and whatever else you're throwing on. So we're going to crisp up these burgers first. Again, if you want to make your own Gorgonzola burger, there's a way to do it. I'll show you. This is a product that they sell for BrocoBliss. This is a very durable product. In fact, this is so durable, it's like 7 years old, I think. I got it for 25 cents. Yeah, but something like this is like a kind of a pasteurized blue cheese. Cream cheese, blue cheese mix. And this is all you would need is like a few tablespoons of this in your burger, and you mix it together with your hands. And you can throw onions inside too. I don't know what they put in these things. I didn't check the wrapper, but like I said, it was the easiest thing I could do. Okay. I'm going to do the unthinkable. Let's see if we can still do a broadcast. It's BrocoBliss cheese. Yeah, let's see if the connection works. I've got a microwave going here. Remember I was going to not microwave my liquid? Well, that didn't work out too well. Yeah, it became more obvious that if I have to cook it on the stove, it takes me 4 or 5 times longer, and by the time I get it in there, especially on a cold day, it's ice cold. It's like, what's the point? So I'm rationalizing the whole thing, saying, well, the microwave is definitely altering the water in the coffee water in, yeah. It's definitely altering it. The thing is, I start with purified water, so there's not a lot to alter, and that's my rationale. Pretty good rationale. What do you think? Okay, let's just stop that. I had to get the necessary heat going here. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm going to add another. I picked up this coffee that's like amazing. Maxwell House sold us. I got these 12 Keurigs for $1.99 a piece. So I've just been pounding away at these things, and they're like 1.75% caffeine. So yeah, I'm heavily caffeinated. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see, we're getting a brown surface on one side. That's nice. You can flip the burger. cheese kind of cooks into it. Now you can put the garlic on top, because we're going to go a couple flips on this. There we go. Yeah, that smells so good. We're going to cook it on that side for a little bit on level 3. The potatoes are good. I'm going to give that a stir. Looking good. Yeah. You know, some people like baked potatoes with broccoli on top. It's very common to have a dressed baked potato, even a second baked potato with broccoli on top. So this combo of broccoli and potatoes with Red Bliss is really very tasty. And it's full of vegetables too. It's like you're getting the potato, which is a natural starch, not a refined starch. And you're getting the broccoli, which is full of cruciferous, beneficial ingredients, vitamins, high in C and calcium. Broccoli is high in C, believe it or not. And you're also getting the benefit of the cruciferous nature, which is well, it prevents a lot of problems with your body. Let's just put it that way. All right, that's perfect. Oh yeah, that's a Maxwell House coffee, I'll tell you. I feel like it's Christmas in February here. Yeah, I use real garlic powder. It really isn't the best, frankly. But you know, when you're on a road trip, and you know life is a road trip, always bring garlic powder with you. Don't hesitate. I buy some really good garlic powder over at Walmart, and I'll be getting that as long as they sell it to me. So, but yeah, this stuff is organic, and it sells for like $2.39 a bottle. It's like, how can you beat that? Organic garlic powder. So I don't hesitate to bring garlic powder or onion powder with me on road trips. Always think about that. Yeah. Rosemary. I craft my own herbs. Most of my herbs are handcrafted. I grow my own rosemary. I grow my own basil. I grow my own oregano. We grow my own sage. I grow my own thyme. We've got a full, I've got a whole thing going on. And I found something really weird in the pond of mystery. I was telling Sarah, I think I've got an Oregon frog. It's a special type of frog. It's got webbed feet on it, like a fish. I was checking it out last night, but I think I've got a frog in my fish pond. And Sarah said, "Well, are they eating the fish?" I said, "I don't know, but I mean, I've got a nice big frog. I mean, it's like about this big." And I remember when I put the frog tadpole in there. I said, "I put that tadpole in there 7 years ago, Sarah. 7 years this frog has been in there, and I didn't even know it." It's amazing. Okay, so flip these burgers over now and set them right on the garlic. There you go. They're nice brown crisp on one side, and that garlic is going to cook right through them right now. You can practically turn the flame off in a little bit. We'll finish this off. I'll serve them like that on the plate. They're absolutely incredible. The taste is, if you haven't had a blue cheese infused burger before, it's the best burger out there, in my opinion. Sarah used to put an avocado burger together. She actually had a really cool avocado burger place in California when she grew up. It was called a California burger. It was really good. Yeah, Kraft makes those containers of processed cheese, and they really do last a long time. I don't think this frog is that kind of a frog, the psychedelic frog. But yeah, I'm going to turn everything down to low now. Right, turn everything down to low. Yeah, the thing about this frog is it's wild looking. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. I've got this really weird looking frog in there. It swims, and it spends most of its time in the water. And I was reading about this frog. It's like, wow. Now I'm going to raise the frog. I'm going to create a habitat for it next to the pond, which I've already got the beginnings of. I just have to add water, really. And I'm going to see if I can raise those things. I started with one seed tadpole, but I've got frogs in the area. Who knows? They might be able to cross-pollinate. I don't know how frogs pollinate their eggs. But it would be kind of cool to have frog legs, wouldn't it? In a survival situation. Have you ever had a frog leg? They are like chicken. You had one? They're very tasty. I don't want to eat the frog, no. But I'm just saying, I mean, it, it wouldn't hurt to have a lot of frogs growing around, in a survival situation, right? Yeah, it breaks up the politics. And this is the only thing I do upload to YouTube right now. So, all right, I'm going to turn everything off. And everything's pretty much done. I'll show you the back burner here. You can press in, and the potatoes, you can just press right into them. No, not quite. When you can press right into them with a fork, they're good. So this will sit on the burner for a while, and I'll just reheat it for dinner. But it'll cook at its own heat now. I'm going to turn everything off on its own. Yeah, that's how simple this dinner is. And it should be served with a little butter. Yeah. Well, it's going to be tasty too. I put a lot of oregano in there. Now, what some people do is, and you can do this right now to fuse the dishes together, is take this, and there's some nice natural juice in the bottom of this burger. You can pour that right on top of everything, like that. See that? And that has the garlic juice in there, and everything's just now sitting on its own. Yeah, so really nice meal. Didn't take a lot of work. Boom, boom, boom. We're done. I'm going to sign off, but thank you. I'll be back in the other room. I'm going to upload this and start the pre-show. Thank you for coming in, everybody. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's always nice to have an audience.